Hi everyone. Thank you for joining for our session on occupational safety, health and health or OSH. This discussion is part of our class assignment to explore how OSH regulations impact workplaces and the lessons we as a student can learn. By the way, I'm SHATHIIS, and joining me is my teammate, Mr. Yuwa or Yuwa as well. So
Hi everyone, I am Yuwa. It's great to see you all here. Today we are going to share some observations and opinions about the OSH practices and discuss why they are important, not just for organizations but also for us as future professionals.
okay, let's start with a question for Yuva. What is the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear workplace safety? Please give your statement. Let me give you an quick idea like helmets, fire drills, first aid kits. So what it comes to your mind?
Those are great answers like safety equipments, drills, mechanic
Okay,
kits are important, but OSH
okay.
is about much more than that. It's about the policies, training, and creating a culture where safety is everyone's responsibility.
Okay, let's go to the observations on OSH practices. Let's share some observations with Yuva. What do you have noticed about OSH practices in organizations?
That's a good question. During my internship at a warehouse, I saw a lot of
Mm,
emphasis on safety. For example,
okay.
workers had to wear reflective vests and helmets.
Yes, that's important.
And also, there were signs everywhere reminding them the safety rules. But I also
Okay.
noticed some gaps. For instance, the fire exit was partially blocked
Oh,
and not everyone followed the rules when the supervisors aren't around there.
ah, that sounds surprising and interesting. In my case, during a site visit to a manufacturing plant, I saw the workers using heavy machinery without proper training like PPE equipment. You have heard of it. So they were learning on the job, which seemed risky and it's not safe though. However, the company did conduct regular safety drills, which was good to see.
It sounds like both places had some good practices, but also areas for improvement. Do you think these gaps exist because people don't take safety seriously, or is it because of lack of resources?
On my point of view, probably both. Some people might think it's just one small risk, but what's the worst that could happen? Others might not have the budget or knowledge to implement proper measures. So let me go to another matter, which is why OSH matters for students. Can you explain?
Well, as students, we
Mhm.
often think OSH doesn't concern us until we start working. But
Okay,
I think it is important to us to understand it now. What do you think, Satish?
definitely. Knowing about OSH helps us prepare for the workplace so we can be more aware of potential risk and even contribute ideas to make workplaces safer. Plus, if we start internships or part-time jobs, on your point of view, we will know that what to expect in terms of safety standards.
That's a great point. Also, understanding OSH is valuable for any career, whether you are an engineer designing machinery or an HR professional developing training programs. Safety will always play a role.
Okay, let's go to the discussion on compliance challenges. Let's talk about the challenges organizations face with OSH compliance. From what I've read past few days, one big issue is cost. For example, let's say small businesses might struggle to afford high quality safety equipments. Is that true?
Hmm. Agree. Another challenge is awareness. Not every employer or employee understands the importance of OSH. Some might see it is as just a set of rules to follow, not realizing it's about protecting lives.
Correct. Good point. And then there is a resistance to change. Imagine a company that's has been operating a certain way for years. Suddenly, they're told to adopt new safety measures. It's not always easy to get everyone on board, Mr. Yuva.
I agree. I think education is key here. If organizations invest in training programs, it can make a big difference. Like people are more likely to follow the rules when they understand why those rules exist.
Yep, correct. So let's do some interactive activity. Like imagine you're working in an office. You notice a safety issue like a loose wire on the floor. What would you do? Please give an answer like report it to the manager or fix it yourself. What is your answer?
Hmm. I will do report the issue is the right step
Okay.
because it ensures the problem gets fixed properly. Trying to fix it yourself might help in the short term, but it's better to let a responsible team handle it.
Just remember it's you have to follow the code of the conduct. So this kind of proactive thinking is what OSH aims to encourage, identifying risk and taking steps to address them before they lead to accidents. That's a good point, Mr. Yuva. So let's talk about opinions on the future of OSH. What do you think?
Shift gears and talk about the future. Satis, what do you think
Yes.
OSH will look like in the next 10 years?
Okay, I think the technology will play a huge role. As you can see, the technology was rising, and we are already seeing wearable devices that monitor workers' health and apps that track compliance. In the future, we might have AI systems predicting risk before they happen. Well, it's a pretty good idea, right?
That's exciting. But I also think the human element will remain important no matter how advanced the technology gets.
Yes.
We still need people to interact data, to make decisions, and create a culture of safety.
Absolutely, and I hope more organizations adopt a proactive approach rather than just reacting to incidents. Prevention is always better than cure. I know you have heard it.
Well said, well said. As a students, we can be part of the change by bringing some fresh ideas and perspective to the workplace.
Okay, let's go for the Q&A and reflections. Before we wrap it up, let's open the floor for questions of reflections. Feel free to raise your hand or just speak on your opinion. Like how can students contribute to OSH initiatives during internships? Do you have any ideas?
Uh, that's a good question. During internships, you can observe writing safety practices and suggest improvements, like even small ideas like better signage or more accessible first aid kits. can make a huge difference.
Also, don't hesitate to ask questions about safety during your onboarding. It shows you are proactive and care about the workplace environment, right? And then uh, this has been a great discussion. So we have explored observations, shared opinions, and learned about the importance of OSH, right?
Yes, yes, exactly. As students, we have the opportunity to bring a fresh perspective to workplace safety. Let's take what we have learned today and apply it to our future roles.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Iwa, for your participation and
Thank you.
insights. Stay safe and let's continue to prioritize safety in everything we do. Okay, goodbye then. Bye bye. Thank you for coming here, participated.
Yeah, that's true. But I think